EA Sports. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ravens take over.
So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Jacobs now. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's
throwing is Rodgers on third down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
A gain of 11.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a carry for Jacobs. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's incomplete.
Rodgers pass.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
A loss of 4 yards.
Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll get in their locker room.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The quarterback taken.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3.
We're scoreless after 1. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Ravens send their punter out now, standing just about on his own goal line. And taken at the 46. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he powers his way up past the 30. And still about 3 yards shy of the first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
So we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Well, they got the play later. Boom. End zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They run it with Jacobs, and he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. "35 yards that time on the punt, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Marlon Humphrey on the coverage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, We'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Intercepted by the Ravens.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Open man, here's Foster. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Quinn. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he'll get this underneath to Jacobs. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete.
Complete to Gronkowski. A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Cam Newton's thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Sterling Shepard, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, just the lone touchdown accounting for all the scoring. A tight one, 7-0 is the score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
The ball carried by the wide receiver.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up
Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
incomplete.
So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. He'll take it at the 42. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field points that they were thinking about.
He's got it complete to Gronkowski. Three quarters have come. Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. As we get set for the fourth. And he finds Gronk. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And the Raven first down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. It's a second down.
7-yard pickup.